This week for Savour Stories, I'm speaking to Julie Calder-potts of Highbank Orchards. Now, this is an organic farm. Julie, how long have you been organic?
You know, we've been organic for over 35 years now, if you look back in time, and certified, you know, because before that we actually believe in the ethos for ourselves. It was a selfish thing that we wanted our fruit and our vegetables and everything, absolutely no sprays. But going forward, it became more important than that, I think.
And what was the first product that you produced here?
First product was apple juice and apples. And we were supplying apples to Bulmers. And we were producing about 150, 200 tonnes of organic apples down to Bulmers. And the price isn't great, you wouldn't survive on it. We're a very small farm here. And we basically looked at processing apple juice first. And then, of course, the accident happened when we looked at, which maybe you don't know about, Siobhan, do you?
What accident?
Best things are accident, aren't they? This was the big accident.
Okay.
The orchard syrup.
Okay.
I was looking to say add value to what we were producing, and I actually was looking at doing an apple baby food. And I had a load of apples in a pot in the kitchen, and the phone went, and like all people, you chatter a lot on the phone, came back, and in the pot was this lovely substance. And that was, I said, maybe other people would like that. It's delicious. So we packaged up a bit and we launched, would you believe it, Savour. And at a market, and our first sale, I couldn't believe people wanted it. And 11 awards later, yes, I'd invented a whole new product for Ireland and beyond.
That's your syrup, which is...
It's just apples.
It's like it's Ireland's version of maple syrup.
Yeah,
even better. It's organic and it's fabulous over everything.
Exactly.
So that was the first product.
That was the first, after apple juice. We did apple juice first. Then we did our driver's cider and non-alcoholic drinks, obviously. And obviously, an apple naturally wants to be cider. I mean, if you have apples at home, you should definitely be making your own ciders. We make our ciders without sulfites, without any sprays, obviously. So we have our Highbank proper cider, which is just nothing, very, very dry, because you're not adding any sugars. And this one here is on medieval cider. Medieval Kilkenny, we add our honey. So it's a honey cider.
You know, your business is unique, obviously, because it's like organic, but it's unique in the fact that it's made from just one product.
Yes.
An apple.
Well, we're farmers.
Okay.
And basically we have a product and we have a small artisan farm. And to actually survive, small farmers need to add value to what they produce. And that's the way we were looking, from letting people come here as tourists, and, obviously, and we needed to add value to our product and get direct to the consumer, which was the other one, to get some more revenue in. And slowly we added products. I've actually been told not to invent any more products because it's actually great fun, you know. You've got a lovely product. Apples are just gorgeous. I mean, look what you could do with an apple and more. And I feel, though, that other farming, small farms, can do the same. You know, dairy industry can make cheese or yogurt or whatever. And that way a small farmer can stay small and actually survive in this difficult world at the moment.
So who are you supplying?
Okay, we'd supply the specialist shops. We would actually supply the likes of specialist supermarkets, like our King stores in Waterford, the sort of gourmet stores, obviously the health stores, because our cider vinegar is enormous, and the cider vinegar, we actually supply the dairy industry in bulk down for cattle to replace feed, which has been an enormous success, and the quality of the milk has shot up and that type of thing, as well as...
So it's not just for humans?
Absolutely not. Horse industry, cattle industry. For the dairy farmers that are coming in with it are actually cancelling their feed bins. They basically don't use any sprays again either, and they've got really healthy cattle and making serious money, which is great. We also export this to Croatia to make to a biofarm, which makes beautiful health drinks, because it is a health product. This is cider vinegar coming straight from our land, and we age it here, and it bottles, so nearly everything here is straight from the field to the bottle.
And what has been your biggest hurdle in business since you started, besides last year?
Before the COVID, I think the biggest hurdle with all small fork producers is two things. One is to get your name out there. You're dependent on our wonderful chefs, on social media, which has become a little bit easier, food bloggers, that kind of thing, but also funding. Funding is very difficult, obviously. We've had tremendous support from government groups like Vodka and Leader, that yes we have, but it's a struggle.
Judy, you were talking about exporting to Croatia. Do you also export to the UK, or how will you be affected with Brexit?
We do online. Obviously, we have an online website, which is great. But we actually closed our accounts about 4 years ago with the UK, all of them, including sales for Sainsbury's, because we really don't know how we'll cope with the paperwork. And we thought we'd let it sit, let's see how it goes, but we'd focus on other European countries. And we export to Sweden now as well. And obviously we export to America, and with our new president coming in, things will be a little bit better for exporting there too, I hope. But it's just, we need to see what happens and how they handle it before we'll move here, because we're too small to cope with it.
Wait, you're saying you're small, you're also the family runs the business, really?
Yes, totally.
Who's here? Who's the team?
We have a team of 7, including Rod and myself, and my daughter Ruth, who's in the marketing side, and she produced this lovely Volume 1.
I know, we need to talk about this. We love this
cookbook, but it's also a little bit about history. It's more a history book, and Volume 2 is obviously there, and we're looking at different things like that. I have my son in the background as well, and then we have our wonderful Vincent who looks after all the distillery, and he's out at the moment harvesting apples. He's 50 tons to pull in before we're finished. He's tipping in the pit at the moment, and then we have our store people and our admin as well.
Okay, so it's all a family effort, and the book is about family as well. Like Ruth, the pictures are amazing, but she talks about your South African ancestors and their recipes, and they're so beautiful. How she's used all your products. That's what's fabulous about this cookbook.
That's the most important bit.
Yeah, using all the products. So to put this into cooking, of course, my favourite is the good shipbread.
The good shipbread. I would like to say shipbread on SH1T.
Yeah, that's it. Black bread.
Which works, by the way. Yeah. Anyway.
You know, again, the family's brought into this. Very important to you.
It is very important because it's all about the product. Ruth, as you know, is a professional photographer, so it's wonderful to have her on the team. God saves a fortune. But most things are designed by us through the family, as you know. Our new apple wine, which is bottled in our beautiful oak barrels that we just bottled last week, and that's the story of Elsie.
So that's a granite of Rob's,
it is,
another Calder-potts.
Which I have a photograph at the front door as well, and of the house, and it would be on the maternal side. And she had a barrel, which we still have in our stables, and Rod remembers being sent down as a child to go, or maybe we shouldn't say a child, but be sent down to get something out of the barrel for tea, and that was the apple wine that was made here. So
he didn't drink it now, just to be clear.
Absolutely not.
It was up for Elsie.
It was brought up for the parents, a dessert wine, in fact, but we've perfected now that recipe. So
this has been launched this December, Irish apple wine. Is there a sweet taste of it, or what can people expect?
Yes, it would be. It's 20% alcohol. Okay. We decided not to cut back further, and it is an apple wine that you'd have after dinner, you know, in cut glasses. A sipping wine.
And I love this one as well, your organic single estate, the brandy liqueur. It's another Christmas around the fire cracker.
It is. Well, the reason we put the still in here, which is officially the smallest legal distillery in Ireland, and it's part of our packing sheds here, it was to produce brandy. Apple brandy, which is known as Calder-potts. We do refill. We encourage our customers. You asked me earlier about who we supply, and people in various health stores and also in bars would take barrels to actually fill as well. So we try and refill all the time. Yeah.
Now I know you've been told to stop coming up with new products, but what are the plans for the future?
We make an amazing rum, actually. Because we have here our treacle, apple treacle. Okay. And apple treacle is delicious with brown bread. It's delicious on making your Christmas pudding. And we make that it's from our syrup through our still. And that blended with our vodka or other vodkas But Apple Vodka makes an most amazing rum, but we haven't bottled it yet. So you'll have to come back, Siobhan.
Okay. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Around that beautiful fire you have here, I'm there. Judy, people want to find you. Where can they come and find
our
your beautiful
website?
works?
Highbankorchards.com, obviously, and people pre-COVID, obviously we had tours. Our shop is open Monday to Friday here. We do a lot of bespoke products here. Like if you were to go outside now, you'd see that they're actually packing a beautiful gin, seaweed gin, for Voya Cosmetics for Christmas.
Still stopping,
And,
is there?
yeah, but this is, I can go back to say, we are a 52-acre farm with 20 acres of apples. We are a farm, principally, and add value to what you're doing, and that's our message out here too. Others can do this. We don't need to turn into a big industrial, huge place to survive as a family, but just adding value to product will help to actually keep everybody comfortable.
And just from an apple.
Just from an apple.
Julie, thanks
Right
a million.
apple.
Thank you for talking to us again. A pleasure as always.
Okay, thank you.